I bought a miniature truck and I'm gonna convert it into a bookmobile. Like everyone who reads a lot, I've always dreamt about starting a bookshop, but it's just not in the cards for me right now. And then I got this idea, like, what if I just do a bookmobile? I could be a bookshop on the weekends. I could have a lot of the fun of having a bookshop, like ordering books and selling books to the good people of Nova Scotia, but I could just fit it in with the rest of my life. And then I got serious about it and I started messaging people on Facebook Marketplace that were selling trucks that I thought I could convert. And I was asking questions I had no right asking. And then I set up a meeting with the guy who eventually sold me this truck. And I realized I was in it. Baby, I was in it. I was buying a truck. So in this video, I'm gonna be telling you why I'm doing this, how I'm doing it, share the journey of getting the truck and driving it for the first time. You can tell it's a right-hand drive. This caused a lot of problems. And then at the end, I'm going to be doing a tour because there's some really cool features with this mini truck that I would love to share with you. And I want you to see it as it is right now when I bought it, because we're gonna be doing a lot to this truck over the many months to get it ready to be a bookshop in the summer. Hey everyone, we have left the mini truck for a moment so that I can talk to you about today's sponsor, who is Book of the Month. Book of the Month is an online book subscription which helps readers find new books that they will love. Their monthly curation helps you find new reads, and while they do give a few options for popular authors, they focus on new and emerging authors to offer up options you may not have heard of otherwise. Their team vets all of the titles so that you feel confident you're picking a neat book every time, and shipping is always free. This month, I picked The Foxwife by Yang-Shi Chu and Dolly Alderton's Good Material, whose cover I adore. If you want to check out Book of the Month, click the link down in my description, use the code Ariel, and you'll get your first book, and that can be a hardcover or an audiobook for only $9.99. So again, my link is down in the description. Thank you to Book of the Month for sponsoring this video and making all of this possible. Let's go and look at how I got this mini truck. So, the idea of a bookmobile is not a new concept whatsoever. This idea goes back hundreds of years to a time when librarians and booksellers, were starting to bring books to rural communities on horseback with a carriage or with a wagon, and that moved forward throughout history, and we have so many beautiful examples of these projects, and all of them make me want to cry. They're so beautiful. Just seeing these people who love books so much and want to make sure that if you want a book, it doesn't matter if you live in the middle of nowhere, you can still get a book. And obviously that urgency isn't the exact same now because we have the internet. I think the first book truck I ever heard of was Iron Dog Books, which is this really cool bookshop in Vancouver in British Columbia. One of my favorite examples of a mobile bookshop project is Biblioburos, which is run by Luis Soriano in Colombia. And he would ride on the back of donkeys into rural communities in Colombia and gave out children's books, which, like I said, all of this makes me want to cry. The archival footage that we have of just like these photographs and everything, these black and white photographs of librarians and booksellers being the coolest badass people ever, it's enough to knock you over the edge. But I want to focus in on the Japanese mini truck because that's what I have, and that's what struck me as the happiest version of a mobile bookshop for me personally. The reasons that I was excited about a Japanese mini truck were, number one, like small. The scale and the scope of a tiny truck fit in with what I have in mind for what this will take up in my life, where it's going to be like a weekend project every other weekend or once or twice a month where I go to a market or I do a little pop-up. Secondly, it's so cute. Like, genuinely, that was a huge part of it. I was attracted to these little trucks because they're adorable, and the idea of converting it and making it so cute and driving it around in it, it all just sparked so much joy. And then another reason was that I've seen so many of these mini trucks converted into bookshops, and they're so cool. At the end of this year, I turn 30. And I'm excited to be 30. I think I'm going to love my 30s. I think it's going to be an awesome time. But I'm also like, wow, this is it. My 20s are ending. And I have done so many things that I've enjoyed and loved in my 20s. But I want to do one big final stupid thing. And I was like, book truck. Hello, everyone. It is a very exciting day. I forgot the folder. It's a very exciting day. I have my folder. I have my fancy coat on because today I have to do all of the admin. I need to get the insurance confirmed. I need to get the cash out from the bank. And most importantly, I need to get a temporary 30-day permit so that I can drive the Minitruck home. I'm really hoping that everything gets done today because I'm supposed to be picking the truck up today. It is a very snowy day though. So I might have to ask the seller if he's willing to move the big exchange till tomorrow just because I might not be able to drive home in the snow. But I've tried to dress business casual. I don't want to seem like I'm trying too hard, but I also want to seem very professional so that they give me lots of money at the bank. Hello, I'm back from my excursion. Okay, people are being difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. People are being difficult. I'm experiencing a lot of power tripping, which is my absolute least favorite part of society, is just policy people who are like enjoying their bit of power a little too much. So I did get the money. It's all in this envelope, which is kind of stressful, but got the money, which is great. But the woman at the bank was so difficult. In the end, I have the money. So that's fine. I think probably my professional jacket is what made it all work out. Now I'm having difficulties with the insurance. I'm getting quotes from 2 different people, and literally the woman on the phone just now said to me, you know, if you had just found a left-handed drive vehicle, this would be a lot easier. And I said, yes. And then I just stayed silent. Because what did she want me to say to that? And then she said, I'm just joking, of course. I was like, right. Enough of my innovative cinematography. It's been a little annoying doing this admin stuff. But admin stuff always is annoying. And it's sad that there's all of these silly obstacles in the way of doing fun projects, but you just have to plow through it. You just have to push through it. So I hopefully will get the insurance secured soon so that I can go to the registry of motor vehicles today and get my temporary permit so that I can drive it home. But the first step is complete. I got the money. Okay, but that was, you think it's going to be around $1,500. Do you need anything else from me? A phone number, an email? I think I gave you all of that, but just in case. This is awesome. Thank you for your help. Have a great one.
All right.
Okay. How much difference one call can make? My faith in humanity has been restored. So I asked the seller of the vehicle, who I have to emphasize is being the coolest dude ever. He's been so helpful. I'm just so grateful for him. But anyways, I asked him who insured his vehicle, like the vehicle I'm buying. Who did he get insurance from? And he told me this a couple days ago. But instead of calling them directly, who I should have just done that, I had called the people that insure my current car, and they're not being cool. And then I called another company that I knew insured this kind of vehicle. They're not being cool either. So right now I was like, I should just call this guy's insurance people. So I called them, spoke to a woman named Jacqueline, who quite frankly is the hero of the day. Right away, I was like, hi, I'm calling to get a quote for a right-hand drive vehicle. And she was like, oh yeah, that's no problem. And this is... I don't want to be annoying, but this is like, I feel, you know, when you are encountering something over and over a few weeks and you're like, this is the theme of the months. There is a way to approach a problem, and it doesn't change the problem, but it completely changes the mindset around the solution. And I just don't get when people are so negative about something or try and make something such a big deal. Like, the problem is the same. I understand. Insuring a right-handed vehicle is difficult. So the problem is the same with all three of these people that I've talked to, but two of them have taken this really negative approach where they're like, oh my God, this is so difficult. This is going to be really tough. Whereas Jacqueline, number 3, she's like, as you know, these are a little bit tricky, but totally doable. The only thing I need to know is how long have you driven for? And I was like, over a decade. She's like, perfect. That's the only thing I need to know. I will put in your driver's license information. I'll look into your history, blah, 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 blah. It might take a little more time than usual, but we can definitely get this done by the end of the day. And I'm like, this is the way to live. Admit the problem, but be positive about the solution. Anyways, I'm excited about this lead. She's going to call me back in a few hours, and hopefully we're going to get this all sorted by the end of the day. Okay, things are going well. I have had a real roller coaster of a day, up and down. There was moments where I thought everything was beautiful, moments where I thought this is never going to work, and now we're back to feeling like everything is beautiful. So I have found the insurance. It's working. I'm just waiting for an email from her. She said that she would be emailing me in like the next 10 minutes or so. I just have to sign a thing and then I will have my insurance. So we have the cash. We will soon have the insurance. And then the final step will be going to the Registry of Motor Vehicles to get the temporary permit. And so we're running out of time. It's 3:20. The Registry of Motor Vehicles is like 15 minutes away from me. And they close at 4:30. So we're really like closing in on things. But if I get this email from her in the next 10 minutes and I sign it, I would be able to leave like at 3:30-ish, then get there for like 3:45-ish. And that should be enough time as long as they're not really busy, which I bet you they're not because it's such a snowy day. And I bet you a lot of people who were originally going to go today were like, whatever, I'll go tomorrow. So fingers crossed the snow works in my favor. I just need to get this email and then another check mark on our to-do list will be checked. Good morning. I have just pulled up to Access Nova Scotia, where our final battle lies. I have to get the temporary permit here. I have all the paperwork. It should go totally fine. Fingers crossed. I don't enjoy, as nobody does, I don't enjoy going into government offices. And there's always some reason they're gonna say no. But I think I have everything in the folder. Well, as we could imagine, it didn't go well. God damn it. Okay. It's so funny because I read everything on the website. I brought everything they asked for. And on the website, it just says proof that you own the vehicle. And I have plenty of proof. I have the conversation with the guy. I have an invoice that he signed saying I'd given a deposit for the vehicle. I have the his certificate of registration, which you would only ever give to someone if they're buying the car from you, like if they've bought the car. I have a receipt from the bank that shows that yesterday morning I pulled the money necessary for the sale. So it doesn't explain on the website what counts as proof. It just says proof. And I'm like, I have these 4 pieces of proof. This should be loads. And they said, absolutely not. They said it doesn't count, and that the only piece of proof that they will accept is the certificate of registration in my hands on the back, signed that I bought it. Now I have to message the seller. He has been so wonderful, but I'm starting to feel annoying. But I think basically maybe what's going to have to happen is I'm going to go and buy the car tonight as planned. I'll give him the cash. He'll give me the certificate of registration. He'll give me the keys. I will just leave the car there and then come back and get it another time, because I'm not going to have time to go to the DMV again today because they close at 4:30. An exchange has been decided. I'm going to go early. I'm going to meet the seller at his lunchtime because he thankfully works close to his house. So he's going to drive over. I'm going to give him the cash. He's gonna give me the keys and the certificate of registration. I'm gonna go back to the DMV. I'm gonna get the temporary permit, and then I'm gonna go back to his place later today and drive the car home. New plan. My hair is just getting crazier and crazier. Okay, I'm back in the car. We're doing this. I am about to hand over the envelope of cash. Horrifying! I hate carrying it. I'm so excited to give it to the seller. And he's going to give me the certificate of registration. I'm about to do it, and I'll check back in. Ah! I have the keys! And it's got a little hammer on it. The hammer of progress. Everything went great. He is the best. I feel so grateful to be buying the car from such a cool, chill dude. And look what his wife made me. It's a little leather pouch that has the Minitruck embroidered on it. I'm obsessed with this entire situation. So I'm not going to show you the certificate, but that's the sound it makes. I'm now going to head over to Access Nova Scotia. This time I'll go to the Dartmouth office because I'm on the Dartmouth side. I'm so excited. It's happening. It's happening. Okay, I have come to, oh God, every single day my hair gets caught on something. I've come to Access Nova Scotia. I'm switching from my fun jacket into my business jacket. Got to be taken seriously. And we're going to try this again. God damn it. Got my folder. Okay, we did it. In this envelope is the temporary permit. I read online that it would cost $13. I went in, she was doing everything, nothing was glitching, life was good. I was so excited. She wasn't asking any questions. She was just like, yep, no problem, yep, just need this, yep, no problem. I was like, okay, we're doing it. And then she said, okay, that'll be $1,000. What? And so I obviously said, 1,000? And she said, yeah, you have to pay the tax on it. Of course I do. That's why they need you to register it, so that you'll give them money. Oh, the government. Oh, the government. Thankfully, I have that money saved up because but I thought that would be at the end of the year or something. Good Lord. Woo! Okay. Wow! I'm heading out for the third time today, and I've done a little costume change because I'm literally going to be driving the truck back. And so I want to have runners on because it's stick shift, and I just want to really be able to feel what's going on with everything. And then I'm put on jeans because we're in adventure mode now. I gotta be comfy and feel like I'm ready to do something silly. I'm gonna have to drive the Minitruck across the bridge. It's on the Dartmouth side, and I'm here on the Halifax side. So I'm gonna have to find $1.25 in cash to throw into the little basket because it's toll bridge. And I'm going to have to, drive over a bridge. It's a giant bridge. I think it's going to be wild, but I'm heading out now and we're doing it. I'm so excited. At the end of this day, honestly, in like an hour, I'm going to be back here with the Minitruck and everything will be fine. Okay, I've come to get my brother because when we drive over there, he'll drive this car back and I'll drive the Minitruck back. And we're actually in my boyfriend's car because when we go back home out of Halifax, he will drive his car home and I will drive the Minitruck home. So that's been another little nightmare. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's just been one of those things where you're like, okay, who's going to drive what home? Because I have to drive the Minitruck home. I just love saying the Minitruck.
in New York. It says that the wise road to take is north.
Oh.
There's Ariel. Truck is way bigger than I remember. Alright, I'm in hot pursuit here. The mission goes well. Let's see how she does it. Does she have the space? Come on, Ariel. And there goes the change. Yes! Alright, we lost her. She's about 2 up. There she is, taking on the McDonald Bridge.
All right, so I've got the miniature truck and I want to take you on a tour of it because it's the cutest. The first thing to note is that it is a right-hand drive. I keep using my windshield wipers when I mean to do a turn signal. Gonna have to get used to that. It's got these awesome sides that, like, you just do that and do the other side and then they swing down. Right now, they're full of snow, but later on, they'll be full of books. One of the coolest things about this particular mini truck is the custom rack that the seller put on it. He was a welder and he built this custom rack on it, which is so sick. It's so perfect. Like, I could easily hang stuff off of here, hang lights off of here. I think I'm gonna do some cool signage along the top of it. It's so sick. And it is removable, so I could get rid of it if I wanted to, but why I would want to, I have no idea. It's so awesome. Everything about this truck is cute, even to the point of the antenna is just, it's adorable. But let me show you the inside. Okay, so it's so cool in here. It smells like a snowmobile. I mean, these are the scent memory that I get from it from when I was a kid. I remember this one time, it was snowing really bad and my dad took us to school on a snowmobile. If that gives you any context about my upbringing. One of the insane perks of this particular mini truck is that the owner before me installed this touchscreen Bluetooth system with brand new speakers. So when I drove it home, I just was blaring music and the sound system was great. I love this leather interior. I can't tell, but it feels like the owner before me possibly is the one who repaired the seats and everything. They look awesome. And it's really clean in here, which is sick. There's a couple little compartments that, like, I think that's an ashtray and like everything. If you push this down, you have the heat controls and it totally works. Like, it was cold when I drove it back because it's winter in Canada and it totally warmed up. The cab was great. I felt cozy. It's tight in here. It's small. 2 people, you feel like you have filled the cabin, but that's great. Who cares? It's supposed to be tiny. I love how little it is. And because the windshield, the windows, and this back little window are so big, I have really great clarity of what's going on. I feel like I'm in the front pit of a helicopter or something. It's so sick. I love this truck. So that brings me to the end of the tour and I guess to the end of this video. I have so much I've got to do to the truck and I'm looking forward to all of it. I cannot emphasize enough how I am just taking this one step at a time. The first thing I needed to do was get the truck. I've got the truck. The next thing I need to do is fully register it. I already have the insurance and everything, but I've got to get its license plates. I'm also now working with a graphic designer who's helping me make a really sick logo and work with really cool colors so that this thing is going to look so pretty once I've painted it and everything. And then I've got to build the shelves on the back. I've got to figure out how the heck I stock books. There's so many things I have to figure out, but I am just taking it one step at a time. I'm enjoying the process. If you enjoyed this, stick around. I'm going to be posting another update about the mini truck in a couple of weeks once I've made some progress with it. Thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye.